From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Friday, October 14th, 2022. I'm D-Ray Knight. This is what's going on. Rapid City Police say they are investigating a false report of an active shooter at Rapid City High School Thursday morning. Rapid City Police Chief Don Hedrick says they received a call at approximately 8:30 a.m. He says it caused a major law enforcement response. Hedrick says they did a thorough search of the school and, finding no active shooter situation, determined it was a hoax. 8 victims of a pedophile have settled a suit against the federal government. Amy Rose has the details.
A settlement has been reached in a lawsuit against the federal government on behalf of 8 victims of Dr. Stanley Patrick Weber, a pedophile who worked for the Indian Health Service for more than 20 years. The terms of the settlement will need to be approved by a senior Department of Justice official. It says the government will pay between $1.5 and $2 million to each of the 8 victims of Weber, settling claims that IHS ignored or tolerated his abuse. Weber was found guilty in 2019 of 8 counts of sexual abuse of boys on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation.
The Department of Education has released its 2021-22 report card. The online resource provides a wealth of data to help parents, educators, and community and state leaders understand how their public schools perform on select metrics. The report shows more than 75% of school districts stayed on par with or improved proficiency rates in English language arts and math compared to student performance in the 2018-2019 school year. 88% of districts saw stable or slightly improved on-time graduation rates. In national and international news, here's the latest on the war in Ukraine. Russia is promising free accommodation to residents of Ukraine's partially occupied Kherson region who want to evacuate to Russia. The offer is a sign Ukrainian military gains along the war's southern front are worrying the Kremlin. The Moscow-installed leader of Kherson asked the Kremlin to organize an evacuation from 4 cities, citing incessant shelling as Ukrainian forces sustain a counteroffensive to recapture occupied areas. The region is one of the 4 illegally annexed by Russian President Vladimir Putin last month. Russia has characterized the movement of Ukrainians to Russia or Russia-controlled territory as voluntary, but reports have surfaced that many were forcibly deported to filtration camps with harsh conditions. The January 6th committee has subpoenaed former President Donald Trump. Amy Rose has the details.
The House January 6th committee has subpoenaed Donald Trump to testify about the 2021 Capitol attack. The panel voted unanimously Thursday to compel the former president to appear. Republican Representative Liz Cheney, the panel's vice chair, says we must seek the testimony under oath of January 6th central player, the man who set this all in motion. Earlier in Thursday's hearing, the last before next month's congressional elections, the panel presented vivid new video of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and other congressional leaders pleading for help, and it outlined Trump's multi-part plan to overturn his 2020 election loss.
Florida school shooter Nicholas Cruz will be sentenced to life without parole for the 2018 massacre of 17 people at Parkland's Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. That sentence comes after the jury announced Thursday that it could not unanimously agree that Cruz should be executed. The decision ends a 3-month trial that included graphic videos and photos and heart-wrenching testimony from victims' family members. Many family members shook their heads, looked angry, or covered their eyes as the jury's decision was read. Some parents sobbed as they left the court. A judge will formally sentence Cruz on November 1st. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. Windy again today with gusts over 40 miles per hour, high of 67. Low tonight, 50. Windy Saturday and 60. Sunday, expect sunshine and a high of 58. And that was your Daily Slice for Friday, October 14th, 2022. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D-Ray Knight with Amy Rose. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jacquez. I'm D-Ray Knight. Have a great weekend.